But we also sometimes just conquer and divide sometimes, or divide and conquer, I should say, so that we can do some up-close training and different types of interactions. And just for variety in their social life, that we can match the teams. They're all females. They're actually all orphaned females. These are all been deemed unreleasable by the government because these animals are on the endangered list. And so there's lots of rules and regulations. But these are Southern California sea otters. They range from about Santa Barbara to San Francisco. Up there there are quite a few sharks, and sometimes mom gets mistaken for maybe a seal because sharks aren't really looking to eat otters. There are a lot of fur and bones. They don't really want that. These guys don't really have any blubber on them, but that's how they keep warm is their fur. So they don't really have that. So it looks like somebody's coming out. Super fun animals to work with. Very vaccines. They've all had their COVID shots. Also West Nile, anything that might come along. Train them to just come on over and roll over and present their hindquarters, and we can give them a little injection. And it's all about the trust and relationships between the trainers and the otters. It really helps out. And back in the old day, that's not how it would be worked. You would go ahead and have to just grab an animal, restrain it, maybe give it a shot to make it go to sleep, and then do procedures. We really try to work with the animals, and they participate in their own health care. So it's really just a lot of training and behavior and relationship building with them. So back to them being orphaned. So they were found as babies off the coast up north. Monterey Bay Aquarium is really the renowned leader in otter conservation. They would see the baby, they would grab it because they're very vulnerable, cannot take care of themselves, take it back to the facility, and then present it to one of their females like we have here. And the females would start to take care of the kid. After about 5 or 6 months, if the kid grows up fast, they're looking good, they're veterinarians and the government's okay, they go back out into the wild. So it's a surrogacy program. So that's how we're going to repopulate the otters out in the ocean. That's the big push. They've already put about 75 animals back out, which is a great story. We do have Abby here. She's actually a 15-year-old otter in the back. She raised 5 babies that were put back out in the ocean, so she's a rock star. She's now a retired surrogate mom, and they live about 15 to 20 years. And so you're getting to meet out here. We have Nova, is the one that's out here right now, and she just turned 5 years old. She is our youngest. She is our next candidate to be a surrogate mom. So we're probably going to be moving her to another facility, and she's going to be learning the ropes up there. She was an orphan. She was raised by a surrogate mom and was back out in the ocean. She ended up getting bit by a shark herself. They saw her in trouble. They pulled her back in, rehabbed her again, and decided, you know what, maybe we shouldn't put her back out there if she doesn't realize that sharks aren't, buddies. So we're not really sure what happened, but just for her safety. But what's great is she's going to be able to be a surrogate mom and maybe raise 5 babies over the years and really help out her species in the wild. These animals are endangered. They're they're threatened on the endangered list. There's several different levels. These guys used to roam up and down the whole west side of the United States, North America, South America, but then they started being hunted for their fur. They have the most dense fur on the planet. They have about 800,000 hairs per square inch. That's crazy, right? It's the most luxurious thing you've ever felt in your life. Super soft. So no wonder they wanted a pair of boots or gloves made from these guys, but they killed them all off pretty much. They stopped them about 110 years ago, passed some laws to have them stop doing it. They thought they were all gone. They found 50 of them in a cove. Just 50. And from those 50, we have about 3,000 now. Great story, but still way off from what it used to be. And because these guys are so important to the environment, ocean environment, it's really impacted a lot of the kelp forests because these guys eat sea urchins. You know what a sea urchin is? Pokey, spiny thing. These guys love to eat sea urchins. So when the otter population dropped, the sea urchin population exploded. Now there's big herds of sea urchins crawling really slow like a turtle, or a snail that is, and just eating kelp forests and just mowing them all down. So the big push, get more otters back out, they start eating more sea urchins and help out the environment because kelp forests are really important to about 1,000 other kinds of critters out there. So These guys are the guardians of the kelp forest, so the government's very interested in anything that we're doing to work with these guys and reintroduce as many as we can back out into the wild. Reintroduce orphan babies. These guys will not go back out. They're all pretty much older females. Over there we've got Mocha and Coco. Mocha is the bright blonde girl. She actually just naturally has a lighter coloration, and her best buddy Coco, they're both 11 years old. So they're just a little too old for the cert. We think they'd be fine. Mocha did help raise a baby once or twice. I'm not even sure how many times, but we know she raised one. So she's good at it, knows how to do it. Very nurturing animal. Something a lot of people don't know about sea otters is they have the bite pressure of a black bear. And you wonder, they look so cute and furry, but they weigh about 50 pounds, 50 to 60 pounds, and have the bite pressure of a black bear. So it's not something you just want to go up to and give a hug. They have that bite pressure because they bite right into shells and eat whole crabs, and they need that strength in their teeth and their jaws. Also makes them very formidable, so you have to be careful when you're around them. They're not looking to eat people's fingers or come after anybody, but they use it as a defense. So if they feel threatened, they're going to use that bite. And that's kind of how otters talk. They might do a little snarf at you and just go, hey, don't do that right now. And then we just back up, and that's fine. There's a great video out that kind of depicts what otters are like. A couple months ago, a guy was surfing up north, full grown in our hands. And again, it makes sense when they're down in the murky depths, reaching under right here for a few minutes, but just enjoy watching them hang out. They're
Ayan, upo muna si Lola, napagod si Lola. Habang sila maglalaro doon.
I saw it right here.